God of War 4, or also called God of War, is the new game of the chronology saga God of War. It is focused on the Norse mythology and we follow an older Kratos with his new son Atreus. The game was launched on April 20 of 2018 and it's exclusive to PlayStation 4.
Many years have passed since Kratos has his final encounter with his father Zeus. Then he decides to travel to Midgard and lives with his new wife called Faye and his son Andrés. He lives in a land inhabited of monsters. Faye died and Kratos has to take the role as a father and mentor.
Well, now let's talk about the weapons in the game. First, we have the Leviathan Axe. The Leviathan Axe is the primary weapon of Kratos. It is a one-handed battle axe, and the axe have frost and magic properties. Leviathan works like Mjolnir of Thor because when he throws it, it can be immediately recalled by Kratos. The axe was crafted by the brothers Sindri and Brooke, and in the game when we find Sindri and Brooke, they give us some runes that upgrade the power of the axe. The axe originally belonged to Faye, the wife of Kratos, but when she dies, he left it to Kratos.
Now I will talk about the Talon Bow. Is the Atreus' primary weapon. It's a magical bow and arrows. The bow has the ability to summon spectral animals to perform attacks and assist Kratos in combat.
The Blade of Chaos is the last weapon that we are going to talk. The Blade of Chaos appears in midway or through the game because Kratos returns to his home and he searches the Blade of Chaos, the famous blades that appear in some games like God of War 2 and God of War 3. The Blade of Chaos have the power of fire that is very effective against some enemies that are resistant to the axe frost powers. Well, now let's talk about the characters of the game. The main character, as in the last games like God of War 2 and God of War 3, is Kratos, the Olympic god. After all the events in God of War 3 and his fight against the Olympic god, he decided to move to Scandinavia and start a new family with Faye and Atreus. We can see in this game older Kratos and he can control better his rage. During the game we can see how the relation with his son Atreus goes better and how Kratos disciplines his son.
Atreus, the son of Kratos and Faye, he is a young boy who at the beginning of the story is learning how to hunt, and he shown how impulsive and undisciplined is. He has the ability to read the runic writings and is more knowledgeable about the world. and its inhabitants than Kratos. He is aware that the status of God the Kratos, and he is eventually revealed to be also named Loki.
Well, the next is Baldur, or also called the Stranger. He is the main antagonist of the game, and in the beginning of the game, he attacked Kratos at his own home. His body is all complete of tattoos, with some runes that give him strength and make him equal to Kratos. During the events of the game, we discovered that he is the son of Odin and Freya, and he was enchanted with invulnerability with side effect because he is incapable of feeling sensation, pain, or pleasure. And finally, let's talk about Freya, or the witch in the woods. She was encountered shortly after Kratos and Atreus embarked on their adventure. She immediately discovered that Kratos is a god, and she assists them on their adventure, assisting them on their traveling between the worlds. Later, she is revealed to be Freya, one of the Vanir gods, and the ex-wife of Odin.
Well, our opinion is that the God of War takes everything good about the franchise and elevates it. God of War sets a new bar of storytelling and world building in games, and transforms Kratos from one note character to a fascinating man with a story worth hearing. If you have a PS4, you must have this title.